Hey there, East Tennessee. Hope you have been enjoying the absolutely gorgeous, beautiful Saturday that we've been having. It's the day that we've been begging for since the beginning of the week with all of this rainfall that we've been seeing. But now our Sunday is seeing a bit of a new development. We're having more of a half and half weekend because of the possibility of some severe storms. So temperature is going to be near, if not just a tiny bit above average. But now we're looking at these scattered thunder showers that could be making their way in somewhat in 2 rounds. Let's just talk a little bit about what we're seeing. When it comes to impacts, the main 2 that we're looking at are going to be these gusty winds upwards of 70 miles per hour and quarter-size hail. Now we are going to see a level 3 risk when it comes to severe storms in a small area as of right now, so we can't fully rule out a brief spin up of a tornado. We also, because of these stronger thunderstorms with some occasionally heavy storms with it, we could see the possibility of some localized flash flooding as well. So here's a look at that severe potential. We can very clearly see 3 sections. We've got this level 1 possible risk as you get into the upper mountains, getting into upper East Tennessee. As we get into the valley, central, southern, and parts of the plateau, most of the plateau really, we have that level 2 elevated risk. And you can see here this northern half of Fenchurch County and pushing further into Kentucky and Middle Tennessee. That's where we see that level 3 potential. You can see the full polygon right now really spreading out quite wide because of a low pressure system that's going to be swinging its way through the area. But there's a lot that's uncertain right now, so I'll start to break it down a little bit. High pressure is sitting off into our south. That is what's been bringing in the beautiful and warming conditions that we've been seeing getting into this weekend. But as we get further into your Sunday, we've got 2 systems that are going to start to make their way through. The first one looks like it's going to come as we get into the middle of the day. You see the storm rushing in ahead of the front. Stronger storms as you get into parts of Middle Tennessee, but this system seems like it's going to push a little bit further to our south. We could see some of those stronger storms push their way into parts of the southern plateau, but overall it looks like rain, or we're just going to see general rainfall as we get into the middle of the day. That's going to move out of the way, and then we're not going to see this next bit of rain until we get into the overnight hours. Now this is where some of the bigger real uncertainty is, and this is also where we're looking at the higher possibility for those severe storms. Now you saw how quickly that line developed with some of those greater, brighter colors, so there's a lot of risk as you get into Middle Tennessee, but it's a matter of how far that is going to push through and how that is actually going to fall apart as we get into the area. So we are seeing the upper level support for these storms, but a lot of our models are not actually coming through and showing a lot of unity as to what these storms are going to look like. So we are looking at the possibility of some strong severe storms through much of the area as the system starts to push through, but I'll give you a zoomed in look to show you what we exactly are seeing. So again, clarity as we get into your Saturday night, some partly cloudy skies, but cloud cover will work its way in ahead of these storms. Here's some of that rainfall that we're seeing midday. You see a couple strong storms as you get into parts of the plateau and maybe a couple little thunder showers spread out as well, but generally that really lightens out into rain before passing out of the way. Then we start to get another clearing. You'll be good for dinner time, but as we get into the late night hours, generally around, if not past midnight, heading into your Monday, that's when we see some of these stronger storms. So this is one model that's giving more of a scattered thunder shower. Again, you see those stronger storms here as you get further into the far western plateau, and then that weakens a bit as you get into your Monday morning. So it's going to be somewhat of an in-between time between when we are going to be ending our show, our 11 o'clock here on Sunday night, and before you see Rebecca Sweet in the morning. So there could be a little bit of a tag team or an overlap depending on how some of these storms pan out as we get into the rest of the day. Rainfall over these next 2 days, though, generally staying around a half an inch. Again, you can see most of that focus here in the Southern Valley and in the plateau. Also a little bit here as you work your way closer into Middle Tennessee, including a bit of Fenchurch County. So make sure you stay tuned for these updates because we are going to continue to update you guys as we start to figure more things out along with the National Weather Service. But looking at the rest of the 7-day, again, we do have that 40% chance for Monday, but the rest of it, as we get into your day getting started, we're going to see some great conditions. Temperatures still going to work their way into the 80s, but as we see that cold front pass Tuesday, going to be a little bit cooler, but drier conditions into the middle of the week. You see some 20s and 30s on your Thursday and Friday. Those are going to be some daytime heating-based showers, so not really something that's going to impact your day overall, but staying warm and sunny through much of this week.